Hello and welcome to the Overwatch Xbox community. A nice Saturday afternoon game for you from the Carbons here between Unacceptable and Wasted Potential. Excited to bring this game to you. I'm your host Sultan Pepper. We've got both teams in the lobby ready to get after it. And actually both these two teams kind of fighting for one of those top spots in the Carbons here on OXCgaming.com/standings. You can check out the standings from all the tiers, but Wasted Potential right now coming in 2-0-1, so no losses, just one tie against a team that I believe dropped 7 map wins. So very dominantly there at the top of the table. But 3 teams right after them also 2-1, including Unacceptable, who they face here 2-1 with 4 points. Both coming off a very strong start to the season, looking to keep it going here in week 4. And again, yeah, 4 teams out of the 6 with winning records just because of teams have dropped. So Carbons here are starting to get a little bit tighter and a little bit more competitive heading into the second half of the season. After week 5, we'll have the playoff spots available for each team. So looking to get in to one of those playoff spots as the season starts to wind down as we get into week 8. So, it starts ramping up really quickly. I feel like the season just started. We're already halfway through it. I think both teams are just about ready to go, so we'll get you into Nibani. Making sure we have everybody all set. First time getting to see both these two teams, but again, like I said, top of the tier there in Carbon should make it an interesting watch. We'll go to Watch Point Gibraltar right after this, nice payload map, and then round it out with the 2CP Hanamura. And we will play all 3 because map wins, again, so important. So at this point, even if Wasted Potential gets this win, they will be tied on map points with Unacceptable if they do a 3-0. So Unacceptable still in a good position here, or rather the other way around, Wasted Potential at the top of the table. With a 3-0 win here would really give themselves some space, but if Unacceptable comes in and wins the 3, they'll be tied on map wins. So again, very tight tier. We'll see who comes out with the advantage. Make sure we have the readies from both sides. It looks like they are ready to go, so we'll get you into Nibani.
Traveling to Nibani.
Definitely a favorite, and we see a lot of different kind of approaches on Nibani. The defending team kind of has an advantage to some extent because of the long walk from the spawn. So we'll see if the attackers can penetrate that initial defense and get the payload portion, or if we see a full hold. Unacceptable, the defending team on your left-hand side in the blue here. Better Nature going Diva, Kermat onto the Hanzo's Mr. Mystery Man. On the Junkrat, looking to get damage in behind Flat Pup's shield on the Reinhardt. Lucy Willis on Mercy. We'll see if Blaze decides to go Lucio. Looks like it will be a Zenyatta for the defenders, and I like that setup from them. Very built to stay behind the shield, absorb damage, use Better Nature's defense matrix to alleviate a lot of the pressure coming into that Reinhardt shield. See how well they defend. For the attackers here, wasted potential on your right-hand side. Nukalaka on Tracer as supporting hero, yet undecided. Sync Static on Diva. The rest of the team trying to figure out their comp, what approach they want to take. You see teams come around this outside, kind of lower left section occasionally. Obviously with the Junkrat from Mr. Mystery Man on the defenders, it's going to be difficult for the attackers to come through this upper left-hand tunnel with all the damage to be focused through that narrow hallway, so they'll have to be conscientious of their approach without yet a shield. So, Chelsea. Just while we have a little bit of time, guys, 1v1 signups are up on the website. 1v1 tournament coming up. That should be really exciting, so make sure you get your name on the list. We'll have more information for that in the Discord, so make sure you check that out. And we'll have some information about Fortnite Season 2 right after this match. A lot of high ground supremacy here from the defense. Looking to get a lot of the damage in soon. See Mystery Man here. Just able to get those bombs in. Looking for a little bit of damage. Looks like a dive attack here from the red team. Wasted potential. Sync Static on the Divas. Really needs going Winston. Supporting hero on Moira's Knucklehead is still on that Tracer. They do have Bucky and Madrox in the sky on kind of a pharmacy combo. Hasn't really panned out for them so far, but they're able to get damage in from afar. Bit of attack in, really neat going in on the high ground defenders, and now kill swapping. This Mystery Man is able to take Sync Static out of mech. Knuckalaka drops Kermat for the defenders. Still a pretty good defense from Unacceptable so far, but now Knuckalaka again on the Tracer, looking in behind both supports down and just tearing apart Unacceptable right now. Mr. Mystery Man in the mix as well, and just gets dropped. Really need able to help out his Tracer there, and it's been a really strong start from Nukalaka. Flat Pup completely isolated on the point and make quick work with that Reinhardt. The attacker's wasted potential, getting to the point very quickly. Kermat thinks about maybe contesting Better Nature, commits to it. Maybe a bad idea, now out of mech, and already a point gone for them. Wrapped up quickly from the rest of the attack, and that is all she wrote. Very quick attack here from wasted potential. Unacceptable, a little blindsided. We weren't quite able to get there. Two members on fire, both those DPS members from Wasted Potential doing a really good job of establishing, just kind of letting the tanks go in and cleaning up the rest of those damaged heroes. Still no hit scan. Actually, Kermat switching over to the McCree now for the defense, try and deal with Bucky 360 on the Pharah. Flapper for defense off of the Reinhardt, now going Winston. Interesting pick with the kind of spam that the attack has, but maybe that's going to be a better option. Kermat getting the better of Nukalaka, who's kind of been having free reign in the back line. Getting taken down, but the payload continues to move behind them. A lot of pressure coming in from the attackers onto these high ground tanks. They can't really contend with the amount of damage coming in from the sky. Bucky 360 sitting here with a rocket barrage. But ultimates for both sides, really. Just waiting for the opportunity to use them. Mystery Man will have to wait until the next life to get an opportunity. Need able to take him down. Nukalaka in a tough spot. Has to recall. Kermat couldn't quite take down that Tracer, but does alleviate some of that pressure. Static coming in with a bomb. Falls flat. Maybe spaces out the defense a little bit. Really neat now in with the Primal Rage. Again, just looking to spread out the defenders, but they look like they're pretty well contained. Interesting ult coming out here. The Transcendence just looking to maybe offset some of the damage coming through, but supporting hero taking advantage, using the Coalescence to take down Blaze once that had expired, and able to take down Lucy Willis as well. Fantastic Coalescence there from supporting hero. Really need going to clean up as well, and now Wasted Potential should be able to easily cap B and have a lot of momentum going into this third section. And Nuka on Tracer right now has been just absolutely dominant. Keep seeing those supports just fall pretty consecutively for the defenders. Blaze switching over to a Brigida that could be the answer to Tracer. It's given a lot of issues. Sees that, recalls quickly, and gets back to the safety of the supports. 3 ultimates still for the defenders. That Rocket Barrage still sheathed for Bucky 360. Madrox again with a Valkyrie. Naka still in the back. Blaze not quite able to get the charge onto that Tracer. The payload continuing to push behind them, but the tanks are taking a separate fight. Flat Pup over here looking to take down Really Neat. Just Winston's going back and forth, but Sync Static gets the better of his opposite, Better Nature now out of mech. There's the Rocket Barrage coming through from Bucky. Not a lot of success though. Lucy Willis able to pick Kermat back up, but then gets pulse bomb. Really kills all over the place for both sides. Kermat still here with the Dead Eye, looking to take down Nuka, but couldn't quite this time. And that Tracer is still just tearing up in the back. Looks like the attacker is able to clean up. The payload continues to push. Only one more fight. Still 4 minutes on the clock here for the red team. Wasted potential and doing a really good job on this first Numbani round. Payload knocking on the door of the final checkpoint. Self-destruct coming through from Sync Static just to clear out the defenders a little bit. Does space them out, but not quite enough. Still coming through. Self-destruct on the other side also falls spot. Kill feed going completely red. Another coalescence from supporting hero, continuing to get the kills there, 0.8 meters away, and that should do it. Fantastic first round from Wasted Potential, and unacceptable really.
My thanks.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Now, what a spectacular start there for Wasted Potential on their attack. I know I mentioned briefly at the beginning of the stream that, it could be a full hold from unacceptable. Sometimes, like I said, we see that on Numbani. It seems like it's more often than not relative to the other hybrid maps, but Wasted Potential take no time at all to take that first point, cruise through the second section, and then just wrap it up there at the final end with the ultimate advantage and better target focus. Obviously, you saw the kill feed just lighting up red for Wasted Potential, and they're really showing their strength here. We'll see if they have the defense to do a full hold of their own, or if we're going into multiple rounds of unacceptable can push this all the way through. But Wasted Potential absolutely showing why they're currently at the top of the table. Now as the defense starts to shape up here for Wasted Potential, they've got supporting hero back on the Moira with some influential coalescence in the last round, if I must say. Static back on the Diva looked like it worked really well for them, but now really neat going a little bit more defensive on the Orisa. Nuka back on the Tracer, and I know we said did a really good job in just getting in and disrupting the support line, and just really being kind of a nuisance and forcing Unacceptable to split their attention. Bucky and Magic still trying to decide, could be in a difficult spot here with the game looming. Bucky decides to go Brigitte. Magic still, oh, now it was more, they're switching around a little bit. Supporting hero switch over to the McCree, maybe expecting Pharah. They guess correctly, as for the attackers, it's better nature here on the Diva. Kermat in on Genji as Mystery Man switches off the Junkrat to a Pharah. Flap Hut back on the Winston. Lucy Willis on Mercy. Blaze goes on for Lucio to get them a little bit of speed into point. A high ground attack here from Unacceptable, taking this right hand side, looking to gain a little bit of supremacy here in the air. And doing a really good job. Really neat, has to drop off. It's a Diva going after Pharah in the air from Mystery Man. Flap Up gets pulled off. Fantastic grab there from Really Neat, and looks to retreat a little bit, or maybe kind of help come back with that Diva. No one really dropping, but now the kill's going the way of Unacceptable. Supporting hero drops Sync Static out of mech, and things are looking a little dicey here. Nuka looking to clean up again for Wasted Potential, though. Answering one back the other direction as Mystery Man falls, but Blaze still helping Unacceptable get some kind of dominance. Mystery Man back up. Lucy Willis able to get the res off. Kermat gets another kill, and now Unacceptable may be able to win this point just as quickly as Wasted Potential did. Now Static out of mech just isolated here. They will drop him. Supporting hero could very well get staggered. He's not careful. They're not going to be able to contest this at all, and that McCree could be in a tough spot, and probably will be faced with a late bar spawn. Yeah, supporting hero not back yet, so we'll have to make a long trek back. It's a 6v5 coming into the second section, and Wasted Potential could get caught on their heels a little bit if Unacceptable coming aggressively. Kermat doing just that. A few shurikens into those waiting defenders. Try and build up a little bit more ultimate charge. Successful in doing so. 97% away from a Dragon Blade. Has it now. Able to get another pick onto Sync Static. And now it starts to creep around. Where's the flank? Where's the option? Looking for the supports. Sync Static not even wanting to entertain it, going after that Diva. Or going after the Genji, rather. Nuka's still trying to be a problem in the back, dealing with Flap Hut, but kind of isolated here, and I don't think has a recall. Ooh, is able to find it and see if he can get around the corner, but yeah, almost in a really difficult spot there. Here comes the flank. Still not a lot of opportunity to be able to get the health back. Nuka takes a rocket, though. I think Mystery Man is able to get a rocket in through the doorway. But still a bit of a brawl. Obviously, they're back up to a full health. Kermat going in and slicing guys with the Dragon Blade. Hasn't found anything just yet, but causing really needs some problems. A nice shield dance there, but not quite enough to stave off that Genji and will drop. But had to commit long enough for supporting hero to be able to get in and get that Genji down. So Still looks pretty good for Unacceptable. Payload moving behind them. A lot of ultimates to work with, but a few ultimates for the defenders as well, and I expect another contention before this B checkpoint. Better Nature with the self-destruct may use that to try and clear out some of these defenders, or just to get a mech back, all things depending, but now Sync Static's out of mech, so that'll be an opportunity for the attack to continue engaging. To supercharge it from really neat. Bomb goes into the back, and is able to catch Maddox. Its kill feed just going the exact other direction. I don't even know if they needed that sound barrier. I think the fight was already won for them, so they've got it and able to use a little bit of that shield to engage in this third section, but a fantastic response from Unacceptable. Capping B with a little bit of time. Definitely have time to beat the time set by Wasted Potential on their first round, and we very well may be going to multiple rounds here. Still ultimates though for the defenders. Sync Static here with a self-destruct, and it's another Colette that's coming out from the DSK Madrox. There's the Rocket Barrage in from behind Mystery Man. A lot of that goes into the defense matrix, but still able to get Sync Static out of mech and take down Nuka, who switched over to a soldier off the Tracer. I think that's probably a good call with Mystery Man in the air on the Pharaoh. No ultimates for the attackers though. Now, say that again, Kermat does have a Dragon Blade, just earned it there, but still 3 ultimates for the defenders. You expect them to be able to hold this for at least a little bit longer. Here comes another self-destruct over the top and is able to catch Blaze. It's going to be encouraging for the defenders, and maybe it'll be Unacceptable having to retreat. Looks like they will do just that, and Wasted Potential live to fight another day. Obviously a really important kind of team fight win there for Wasted Potential, because now they know that Unacceptable will have a smaller time bank to work with, so they've effectively won that should it go into additional rounds. So they're already a little bit with the advantage. They'll just continue stalling and bleeding down that time bank as long as they can. Ultimate still building for either side. Lucy Will is close to a Valkyrie here for Unacceptable, as Wasted Potential have really needs Primal Rage on deck, about 5% or so, and still 2 DPS ults. So could see Kermat coming in here with the Dragon Blade, still looking for targets. Hasn't found anything just yet, but maybe seeing a few of these supports. Is stunned out. Tactical Visor up as well. Flap Up, the only one able to get a kill on the supporting hero. A lot of ultimates coming out, or at least one for either side. I think the Tactical Visor came out as well, but I don't know if Nuka really got a lot of value out of that. Better Nature here looks for the self-destruct, will use it. Sees get a couple, the shield's up. There's a fantastic one there. Madrox down, Bucky down as well. Flap Up investing in ultimate on the Primal Rage. A nice push on there into supporting hero to prevent any significant damage. Is able to take Static out of mech, but and does wrap up the driver as well. But I think Unacceptable still in a good position to continue pushing this payload. Really smart response there from, I think it was really neat on the, Flap Up on the Winston to push back McCree, prevent solid sightlines from the back, but Mystery Man now popping off completely, getting a good 3 kills there to continue pushing Unacceptable into this finish line. Full minute and 20 seconds underneath though. Unacceptable still disadvantaged in time bank. Need to push this through as quickly as they can. Not a lot of success just yet as the defenders continue to pile in, but now Static's out of mech, and that would be encouraging for Mystery Man the Pharah. Flap Up now with another Primal Rage, looking to get in on Bucky as the Brigitte very, very low on health, but I think that Monkey loses Brigitte, isn't quite able to finish off the kill, and Bucky regains health. Just an all-out brawl here on the point. But I still think it's defenders with the advantage. It's taking too long for Unacceptable to finish up these kills. Bucky coming in, sees a weak Brigitte and catches, or rather Kermat catches Bucky. Yeah, the kills are starting coming quickly enough for Unacceptable for them to be able to push this through, and now it's the stall heroes out, supporting hero on the Mei, able to get into those ice blocks, able to put up the walls to disrupt the attack, and Unacceptable are having a hard time focusing down these targets. Just 90 seconds left. It's another Rocket Barrage here from Mr. Mystery Man. Able to take down Sync Static. Flap Up cleans up the pilot, and another onto Bucky. Finally, the kills are going the way of Unacceptable, and that might be... There it is, yeah. Finally able to get that payload through. It looked dicey there for a second, but finally able to get a few ultimates out and crush Wasted Potential enough to wrap up round 2. And we go into round 3, where Wasted Potential will be attacking again. Or rather, Unacceptable will be attacking back-to-back. But again, what a stall there from Wasted Potential coming in on their defense. And just able to push Unacceptable a little bit further back. Like, it took them longer to engage in that attack, and I think obviously going to be beneficial for Wasted Potential coming into this third round. Definitely the potential for a full hold with the amount of time, but we did see aggressive attacks from both sides, so an opportunity for them to each take quickly. Both have kind of played their hand just a little bit now, so we'll see if the strategy changes. Already we see the Zarya Ryan combo coming out from Wasted Potential. Static switching off the D.Va for the first time. Neat over to a Reinhardt as Bucky goes Zenyatta. So I like flexibility from the side. Nuka has played Tracer and Soldier in this game, now over to the Hanzo. For the attackers, it's a pretty similar dive comp with Better Nature on the D.Va, Kermat going again on the Genji. Who I think maybe looking for a little bit more, I think we said, value out of the Dragon Blades. Kind of used them in positions where it seemed opportune to use them, but he didn't have a target in mind to begin with, so he was kind of chasing people for a little bit and didn't really get a lot of kills. I think it was one in those, or 2 kills over the last 2 Dragon Blades, so maybe wants to use those a little bit more effectively to clean up the rest of the backline. Bucky and Magic's on the other side, so now immediately getting into the top, finding Nuka and trying to get some damage in. A nice bubble there from Static will keep Nuka live on the high ground. Not a lot of time to work with for Unacceptable, and that's where we get into the complication of that long walk from the spawn for the attackers. You don't have time to deliberate or do multiple attacks, really, because, you know, right off the bat, you're having to get, take the long walk all the way to the point, but Mystery Man able to get in quickly, get supporting hero early, a swap from Nuka takes down Blaze, now it's a 5v5 with 40 seconds left. No ultimates yet, and no one close. You wouldn't expect there to be. Coming from this around this far left side, yeah, they're just taking too long to engage. Obviously, the defense knows exactly where they are, and they're just taking poke damage behind the Reinhardt shield because the defenders have no shield to hide behind. So Nuka's causing problems. Obviously, supporting hero on McCree is going to cause some issues for them, and with the Discord Orb, it just gets difficult to negotiate. Nuka able to take down Mystery Man here for the defenders. 6v5 for Wasted Potential. See if they can take advantage now with 10 seconds left. Better Nature very, very low. Lucy Willis can't get to that D.Va to heal. And now it's dominance from the red team. Wasted Potential on the point. Better Nature now to Max supporting hero, able to take that D.Va down, like we said. Really neat. Onto Lucy Willis, and Wasted Potential just, I think, kind of have their own way. Kermit able to get 2 kills, and if he can get to a Dragon Blade, it could maybe change the tide of things, but already in overtime. Oh, as I say that, able to clean up, that's amazing. It looked absolutely like Unacceptable we're going to get wiped there. Kills started coming in quickly from Wasted Potential, but it looks like I've spoke too soon. In overtime, Unacceptable able to cap this point, and that is a crucial point for them. With the disadvantage time bank, taking A was going to be just hyper important for them to get anything out of this match with the time bank that Wasted Potential had, and forcing them to get to that payload section and play a little bit tighter to the payload is going to be an opportunity for Unacceptable to, like I said, get something out of this. And obviously now onto the payload section, they'll either win or lose this. It all depends on how aggressive they can make this attack and how solidly they can hold their defense. But it's starting to look good for the team in blue. Kermat with the Dragon Blade looking for the perfect opportunity and doesn't want to hold on to it too long. Got a lot of ultimates they can use, but now Lucy Wills falls for them, and that's going to be difficult. They need to answer one back and do just that. Nuka able to just drops completely to the blade, and that's the kind of value we're looking for from these Kermat Dragon Blades. Able to take down Bucky as well, and it's still an advantage here for Unacceptable. From above, Mystery Man now with the Rocket Barrage. Supporting hero not quite able to catch that fair, and that could be devastating. Still with the Rocket Barrage here, looking for a chance to use it. Personal bubble gone from Static. Mystery Man keeps it held. Looks like they're still doing well. And if Unacceptable take this second point, it starts to get really, really dicey for Wasted Potential. Ooh, getting a little snowballed here. Wasted Potential, top of the table team, now in overtime, allowing 2 points already. They have 4 ultimates. It's a matter of time. They just need to start using them. Mystery Man still looking to use that Rocket Barrage. The Valkyrie close here for Lucy Willis. Bucky able to get a quick pick. The defenders take down Kermat. That's huge for them. With the man advantage, you think they'd come into attack, but now able to answer a few back. Finally, the defenders wrapping up. There's the Graviton coming through. The rest of the members of Unacceptable should fall. Overtime meter ticks down, but 5 points is where they stop. Solid round for Unacceptable and impressive from them. Finally, the Wasted Potential defense shows us what they're capable of and shuts down that aggressive attack, but man, a hill to climb for Wasted Potential. Definitely the time to do it. No reason to rush that first point, but yeah, it definitely kind of lost their footing there in the second section and allowed that point from Unacceptable right up from the death, because on A, it looked like Wasted Potential was going to be able to hold that completely. And just right there at the end, Unacceptable found the kills they needed to push that over the line. And here we are, 5-3. Nuka had that Tracer up auto-locked, and I think that's probably going to be the case. Probably trolling us here with Torbjorn, but Nuka, especially on Waste Potential's initial attack, that Tracer was influential. Just able to get in behind, kill the supports, and really create space for the rest of the team. We'll see if they go with that same strategy or switch it up a little bit. For the defenders, Unacceptable now have a Roadhog, which we've not seen yet. As Kermac goes back over to the Genji, Mystery Man on the Fair, Flap Pup on a Winston. More unique tank combo than we're used to seeing. Lucy Wilson Blaze back on the support they played. Actually, Nuka going over to a Hanzo this time. Interesting swap, because again, like I said, the Tracer was effective, but maybe they're expecting it and looking to play against it. Possibly worried about the Brigitte coming out, but not so, as Wasted Potential looks to engage. Defense on the high ground here for Unacceptable. They've got the damage coming in from Mystery Man over the top. Not able to get a quick pick on Akura though, and that's going to be the advantage for Wasted Potential. There's the engagement going directly into this take line on the high ground. Better Nature trying to get a little bit of healing back and deal with Static, who actually is very low. Bucky finally able to take Lucy Willis down, and now things are looking good for the attackers. Wasted Potential. Not having that Mercy will be crucial here for the defense, but now Nuka falls. Really neat, able to take down Mystery Man, so that fair and not an issue. And again, like we saw, just an all-out brawl on the point. We'll see who has the advantage here, but still a lot of time for Wasted Potential to continue working this. A very fast ultimate, though, from Sync Static. Doesn't catch anyone, but maybe to zone out the point a little bit. Almost there to a tick, but nothing sticking just yet for the current attackers. Better Nature doing a fantastic job here on Roadhog, just staying alive. And obviously the support play has been really, really good here from Unacceptable. An enthusiastic, maybe optimistic hook there. Mr. Man not quite, or it's able to evade it. And a good defense from Unacceptable. This is significant because obviously coming in with under less than half the time, Unacceptable, they were able to come through and take the first point, get the second point, and now able to stave off Wasted Potential in this, at least, initial engagement. They've got more opportunities to fight. Really need able to get a quick pick there onto Kermat. Will offset the fight for Wasted Potential. We'll see if they take advantage of that. Tank's going back in again. Now Ultimate's all over the place. Mystery Man, I believe, or Bucky actually, with the Rocket Rod, just catching it when it gets taken down by his opposite. Better Nature here, very low on health, being kept up, I believe, by his supports. Uses a Whole Hog. Again, able to push out the rest of the defense. Red's coming through onto Bucky. The hook goes just kind of south there for Better Nature again, but it's another Rocket Rush here from Mystery Man, looking for an opportunity to catch these defenders or attackers unaware. Nice direct there, but still Unacceptable continues to hold. Now just 80 seconds left for Wasted Potential after a very bright start from them. We'll see if they can continue to crack this down and get into the first point at least. Unacceptable, it must be said, in a very good spot. Under 60 seconds now, and 3 ultimates available for them. Nuka just with the 1, and really no collecting ults like you see from Zarya or an Earth Shatter that can combine with that Dragon Strike. So it'll have to be really well placed to get a lot of effect out of it. But doing work regardless. Mystery Man now out of the sky. Gets a second one onto Lucy Willis. Now Kermat's got to offset the fight the other direction. Blaze going to kill. Better Nature follows one. It's a 4v4, and Flap Pup gets his opposite really neat. So again, Unacceptable continues to hold. Not a lot out of that Dragon Blade from Kermat, but the rest of the team doing what they need to do to make sure they get these kills. And now we're under 30 seconds. Self-destruct coming in from the attack, not quite able to stick from Static. And now another Whole Hog here from Better Nature. The rest coming through. Blaze back in the fight. Better Nature isn't fixing Static out of mech, and it's all blue on the point. Just cleaning up Wasted Potential. This is, I don't know if this is exactly what we expected when you see that first round. Over 4 minutes, or rather 3 minutes and 44 seconds left in the clock for Wasted Potential. I do not think we expected Unacceptable to be able to just completely full hold them on the second point. But this will be it right here. Last fight in overtime. Can Wasted Potential get back onto something? Mystery Man taking down his opposite. Bucky able to get Flap Pub, but nothing else with the Rocket Barrage. It still looks like the kill feed and the point dominated by blue. Really neat, the only one left. Just trying to contest as long as possible, getting some help from the rest of the members of his team. It's another Kermat Genji Blade, just trying to get a few members down. Is able to find Magics in the back, and that's what you're going to look for. Both supports down now for Wasted Potential. The members starting to dwindle, and the overtime meter begging to drop, but a fantastic sound barrier here from Blaze to keep them in the fight. That'll do it. Unacceptable. Take the first round on the money. And Kermit doing a good job here. Able to clean up, looking for the resets, picking up kills necessary and unacceptable. Walk away with the first win against the tier leader. That's a huge win for them. We'll look ahead to Watchpoint Gibraltar and see if Wasted Potential can tie up the series when we get back. You're watching the Overwatch Xbox community. If you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our channel or donate at oxcgaming.com. All funds collected goes to prizes for season and tournament winners. To our current subscribers, we appreciate your continued support. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back with more OXC action after this short break. And welcome back to the Overwatch Xbox community. A solid performance there from Unacceptable saw them kind of take Wasted Potential to task there in the third and fourth rounds. The first two rounds a little bit closer as Wasted Potential with 3 minutes and 44 seconds completed the map. Unacceptable with I think a minute and 17 seconds, or something like that. It was very low, able to come back through, get 2 points in overtime, then shut down Wasted Potential. So a solid start for the 2-1 Unacceptable, looking to topple the tier leaders. Now we go to Watchpoint Gibraltar, straight payload map here, and we saw Wasted Potential with a lot of positives, but weren't able to use the payload section in the last game, so hopefully they can use that to their advantage. We have swapped sides. They'll be defending first as Unacceptable attacks first. A few substitutions coming in as well, but Yeah, this game's shaping up really nicely, and I like what I'm seeing from both of these two carbon sides. This is our lowest here, but obviously the competition's still pretty fierce. And yeah, good stuff from both teams. Hopefully, this could be a kind of playoff preview. We'll see if these two teams meet later on in the season. Still early, too close to say, but should be an exciting matchup regardless. We will be playing all 3 maps, like I said. Hanamura will be the 3rd game. So we'll do that after Watchpoint Gibraltar. But I think both teams are just about set. So we get you into Watchpoint without delay.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Watchpoint, obviously a classic map, one we're all familiar with. And I think a lot of fun to do. Occasionally we'll see people hold at that very first corner, but it doesn't happen often. It takes a pretty stout defense to see if these two teams have it in them.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Strong defense set up here for Wasted Potential. Now in blue, we did swap sides. Neka going here on the Bastion, sitting behind really needs a Orisa shield. Rook, I like how Symmetra's been implemented now, kind of with that rework from a little bit ago. We've been really solid, and I like seeing new Symmetras come in and kind of change the just kind of change their approach to be able to use her in a lot more situations now. Matrix back in the Mercy. Static over to a Zarya supporting hero on Moira. Attackers coming in. It's a dive from them. Straight dive with Wasabi, the substitute coming in on the Tracer. Better Nature back on the Steve. They're just looking to poke a little bit, seeing if they can create a little bit of space, but set up really well. Supporting here, able to get a quick pick on the Bug Eye. Also a substitute coming in here for Unacceptable. And kills already starting to go the way of the defenders. Not able to grab Bruce Willis, and that is a 6v4. Unacceptable may have to retreat here. Defenders cleaning up well, using that shield from really neat pretty effectively, and Rook's able to take down Wasabi. He's trying to flank around, but those turrets a little bit too much for the Tracer. It's now 3 minutes and 15 seconds. No need to be too hasty. Bug Eye on the fair, looking to take down the teleporter and get a little bit more damage through. Flap up onto a Reinhardt for the attackers. Deciding the dive's not going to be the answer, and I like that change from them. We'll see if Flap up can make a difference. Saw a little bit of Flap up on the Reinhardt earlier in Nubani. Now tries to go directly into a Bastion. I'll tell you exactly how that's going to end. As Flap up on the ground. As Neka finally does drop Blaze, able to get advantage of that Bastion, but the res coming back through from Madrix. They've got the space and the time to get that Bastion back up into a good position. With an ultimate now and looking for a chance to use it, finds it here, looking to clean up the rest of these attackers and maybe stack or somebody. Pulse Bomb coming through, will catch Rook behind, but Nuck is able to offset it the other direction. 2 kills for that Bastion and a solid defense again from Wasted Potential. Flanking Wasabi Tracer coming in through this left-hand side, seen immediately by supporting hero and forced to retreat. The attackers still haven't been able to find a ton of space. Obviously, they've moved the payload a little bit underneath this section, but that Bastion is just really difficult to deal with. See if maybe a Junkrat can get in down there and spam a lot of that damage without them being able to defend the Bastion at all. Maybe that's the answer. Rook able to find Wasabi in the back. Rook also subbing in here, able to slot directly into this Waste Potential side. Dive in from Flap Up, immediate response again, just so much damage coming through from the defenders. Now it's an ultimate from Symmetra. Has a shield up, and now, again, Unacceptable, having a difficult time getting through. It's a fantastic response from Waste Potential relative to their first round, or their first game rather, on Nubani. And they just look like a completely different side. Very strong defense from them. Supporting hero will take down Bug-Eye, and I think that's not for the first time that Fair has been dropped. May need to make some changes there. Just 70 seconds left on the clock, and Wasted Potential looking dominant before we've even gotten to the first checkpoint. Still Wasabi in the back. Almost has a pulse bomb again and looking for a chance to use it to maybe disrupt the fight. But again, Rook caught out, or is able to catch Wasabi. And just not a lot of effective play from the DPS side of Wasted Potential. I think it's going to cost them. Or from Unacceptable. Sorry, team name swapping, guys. Still ultimates on deck. They've got the pulse bomb and graviton combo here from Better Nature and Wasabi. We'll see if that helps. Lucy Willis looks like engaging with the Valkyrie. We'll see if that's the answer. Waiting for the perfect opportunity. And now down to 22 seconds. Looking a little dire for Unacceptable. There's the graviton. Catches both tanks. Fantastic. Able to get both of them. The pulse bomb doesn't go through. They're still getting the kills regardless. Magic able to get Rook back into the fight. Bug-Eye onto Really Neat. Unacceptable looks like maybe they're starting to get a little bit something done, but the graviton coming through plus Nuka's ultimate will completely shut it down. The Wasted Potential just on cleanup work now, looking to catch the rest of the straggling members of Unacceptable, and that will do it. Very solid defense from Wasted Potential in the second round on Watchpoint. As if you're Wasted Potential, you're looking at Nubani game and realizing, we came out really strongly, 3 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock, and then we just let it go and just let, Unacceptable come back into the fight, but not this time. Wasted Potential with a dominant, convincing defense here on Watchpoint Gibraltar, and now a very short map to cap in order to tie up the series 1-1 before we head into Hanamura. Now looking for the answer. Unacceptable on their defense will have to probably also answer with the Bastion in order to be able to shut down the attack from Wasted Potential. We'll do just that. Bug-Eye over there on the Bastion. Wasabi on May. Better Nature on Zarya's. Flap up goes Orisa. Lucy Willis and Blaze still in the Mercy Lucio combo. I wonder if on defense here they might get more advantage from having like a Zenyatta or something instead of a Lucio. Because they're kind of setting up a little bit more to stay behind the shield or in more stationary positions, and maybe that could be the benefit. But we'll see if the Lucio pans out for them. Supporting hero going to an Ana, possibly. There aren't attacks, so you never really know. But Sync Static and Really Neat onto a Zarya Ryan combo. Rook, a little brawlier with the Orisa. Magic's on, or rather Brigitte, sorry. Magic's on. Zenyatta, you go over the Tracer.
But I will see them done.
Wasted Potential looking to make quick work of this unacceptable defense.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And sitting up top here, Nuka looking for a chance to get in behind the supports. Wonder if they've forgotten about that Tracer. It could prove costly if they have, but now Blaze still completely aware of where Nuka is. And looking to push that Tracer off, and I like that response there. A little bit of damage coming through, the rest of the defense coming around the other direction, or attack rather coming around. We'll see if they're able to disrupt. Bug-Eye's now without a shield and could get isolated, but is able to get static out of mech, and that'll be huge. Nobody on the payload yet. The fight's still up top here. Bug-Eye's finally able to, or rather static, able to take down Blaze without the mech. And still things looking very good here for Wasted Potential. A lot of the kills going their way. The payload now free to move in behind them. And yeah, again, a short map for Wasted Potential. Good opportunity for them to take this. Remember the defense coming back knowing they have probably one more fight or this game's over. Better Nature the only one back. Doesn't want to get staggered. Waiting to engage, but may just get caught out. Use a nice bubble there to protect himself. Wasabi on the mage, looking to stall as long as possible. Fantastic shatter here from Really Neat, able to take down Bug-Eye and swinging away at the rest of the members caught out there. Wasted Potential again, just doing a really solid job. 3.72 meters away, all the kills going their way. Very, very close to capping this map and tying up the series, looking very solid, and that will do it. Wasted Potential ties up the game. really solid response there from Wasted Potential. We will switch sides again and head directly into Hanamura. Which side will we see? Aggressive Wasted Potential attack or the unstoppable, unacceptable attack? And which defense will show up remains to be seen. We got that third game for you to decide this series. We'll be back. You're watching the Overwatch Xbox community. If you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our channel or donate at oxcgaming.com. All funds collected goes to prizes for season and tournament winners. To our current subscribers, we appreciate your continued support. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back with more OXC action after this short break. Welcome back to the Overwatch Xbox community, and we have a game for you, all tied up 1-1 here from the Carpentier. Unacceptable and Wasted Potential facing off, both with 2 wins. Wasted Potential 2-0-1 and Unacceptable 2-1, looking to stick their noses out in front of a very competitive Carpentier. 1 game to go. It's Hanamura left on the docket, and winner take all here in the 3rd round of the series. It looked really good. Just to give you a recap, you're just now joining us on Nimbani, a 5-3 match that saw Unacceptable. On the initial defense, Wasted Potential came in very strongly and just ran completely through the map with 3 minutes and 44 seconds left. Unacceptable came back through and were able to complete it, but with much less time. Then came back, turned around on their attack, pushed 2 points, and then full held Wasted Potential, and a very strong showing from them. On the other side, Wasted just responded really well on Watchpoint Gibraltar, full holding themselves and then being able to come back through and get the win. So now all tied up here 1-1, and aggressive attacks from both sides, and spot just kind of flashes of brilliance from both defenses. We'll see which team comes to play in this 3rd game. I think we do have ready from both sides. We'll get you into Hanamura without delay.
Traveling to Hanamura.
Again, if Mabani is any indication, we could see multiple rounds here. Actually, no control points. Sometimes you see teams got those control points in the center. Teams able to come back and get that wins type of series, but none here. Just both teams just knocking out their objectives pretty well. So we're here with a tied series. I'm excited for the result. Like I said, this could be a playoff matchup. Playoff positions will be released in week 5, so a chance to see where you'll need to be in order to qualify for the playoffs. Few substitutions coming back in. Luke Kuramat's back in for Wasabi. There's a strong change. I think Matt looked really good on that first game for Unacceptable, and now maybe seeing that loss and wanting to kind of get back to their 6. So I got Bug Eye in. No changes for Wade's potential going into this 3rd game. Obviously, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Able to make a couple swaps, get Rook into the game, and I think that benefited them. Good opportunity for them to swing this the other direction, losing the first map, come back, win this second one, and kind of maintain that supremacy there at the top of the carpet tier. Not able to get in behind, and no one sees that Tracer, but maybe they've got some support coming through. I think the silhouette of Blaze there, again, just Blaze has been very solid about just seeing those flanks come through and being able to alert the other team. That's a fantastic pick for the defenders to knock out that Tracer early, and now they've got the advantage and the rest of the team starts to come through. Still an offset fight though, as the defenders have the numbers advantage, looking to come back and clean up. The Brigida there from Rook could be a little bit difficult to contend with. Kermat's able to take down Sync Static, and still the advantage the way of Unacceptable to defense, even as supporting heroes able to take better nature out of Mech. But the longer they let this this fight continue on point, the longer it's going to take. With that short respawn, the attacker should be able to come back through and continue supporting. But it looks like the kills are going the way of Unacceptable here, and Wade's potential will have to regroup. Though a quick and really early ultimate for supporting hero, but no support for that hero, using it completely by himself, and the rest of Unacceptable will wrap up, and now there's an ultimate wasted for the attackers, wasted potential. Really neat on the Reinhardt, looking to continue protecting the team. They're pushing back through, wasting no time, getting grouped back up and pushing back into point. Swinging big, getting healing from the rest of the team. Now the fight's breaking out once more, 2 minutes and 25 seconds as a Deadeye comes out from Kuramat. Hasn't found anybody just yet, and may very well not. It's like an odd angle. Bug Eye now with a Death Blossom. Fantastic triple kill there from Bug Eye. And Unacceptable continue to wrap up these attackers, making quick work of wasted potential. Knock up with the Pulse Bomb, a chance maybe to initiate using that Pulse Bomb. Give just enough space for the rest of the attack to come through. Kuramat on the high ground waiting for that Tracer though. Maybe that's not the pick for them with the Kree in the mix. Nice rally just to initiate there. Wade's potential coming in quickly. Pulse Bomb onto Lucy Willis, but doesn't quite stick, and that's falling flat there for them. Bug Eye's able to get a pick onto Really Need, or at least take that Diva out of Mech. That'll be helpful. Supporting hero finally able to get something back, and another Coalescence out for the attackers, looking to continue pushing and actually getting a little bit of benefit for it. Really Need dropping Lucy Willis, so now kills maybe going the way of wasted potential on attack. It's a self-destruct from Better Nature and catches Rook. That'll be helpful. One back the other direction as finally wasted potential starts to gain some sticking percentage on the point. Haven't quite gotten the tick yet, but I think Better Nature going in a Mech just will do it for them. Kuramat falls in the background there, and finally, Waste Potential have their breakthrough. Just 60 seconds on the clock. We'll get another 4 here. So still a lot of time to work with. Hanamura can be difficult, and Hanamura B especially can guard. Even with the shorter respawn, Unacceptable were able to hold their defensive position for a pretty long time, so we'll see if they can dig in a little bit further on B. and prevent Waste Potential from taking this point. Full Swamp coming through, gets a little bit of damage through, but doesn't quite catch anyone. Nice distraction there as now the rest of the team going through the center is up to point. Nice defense measure from really neat just to offset Kermat. Does go out of mech, but I think the sacrifice may well have been worth it there, just trying to keep everyone else safe. Kills going the way of the attackers. Already a point or a tick gone for them. The defense needs to engage these if they want to stop them at all. 56% gone already for Waste Potential, and that's a really bright start for them. Kermat and Better Nature able to double up to get a few kills, and that'll be helpful for them. But now a sound barrier coming out for the... I believe that's the defenders. Finally they're able to wrap up, but... Ooh, yeah, again, sacrifice 56.4% of the points, so that's definitely something the Wasted Potential can seek their teeth into. Few ultimates on deck though for the attackers. We've got a Pulse Bomb combo with Static again. Has that Graviton. Rook with a rally as well. Neat. Close to a self-destruct. So a lot of potential coming up here for Waste Potential. Better Nature and Kermat though, Bug Eyes, all very close to ultimates for the defense as well. So maybe they can bait out a couple with that Pulse Bomb. Or try and bait out a couple in general with like a fake engagement. Or just kind of come in there and look to continue building their ultimates and draw out a couple. Not able to get Lucy Willis with the Pulse Bomb. That's effective for Waste Potential. Bug Eyes trying to catch that Tracer, but is evasive. Kermat taking down supporting hero. The rally up from Rook, I believe. Self-destruct coming through. That's just the ult charge here for Sync Static and nothing else. No one else gets caught in the blast. So another Death Blossom from Bug Eye, and even with really needs defense make sure back up, able to catch two, and that's a strong ultimate there for the Reaper. Unacceptable still holding on as long as they can. We're going to wrap up. Rook finally will do so. Nice team focus though from Unacceptable. Looks like they are getting the kills they need, but yeah, that 56% could haunt them. I like how they're leaving the Diva stagger. That's very smart. Preventing her from getting to that edge on the far side of the map in a very difficult spot here. It's going to be a late stagger. Ooh, brutal. But solid coordination from Unacceptable, especially in lower tiers. I know that trying to solo queue, you know, people don't think about leaving the Diva and how that can affect the next team fight. So smart there from Unacceptable to identify that opportunity. Now just 2 minutes on the clock for Waste Potential. They have a lot of time to work with, a few ultimates as well. Nuka coming in to contest the point, maybe trying to distract the defense, but they are not worried about it too much. About to come down and engage the Tracer eventually and do just that, but not before a Pulse Bomb earned by Nuka. Kermat looking for an opportunity to use the Deadeye, find some high ground, and may just do it here. Looking for really needs to get out of mech, but here's the Graviton, actually the attacking Graviton from Sync Static, doesn't quite catch anybody. Self-destruct coming through from, I believe that's the defense, really need not quite, or Better Nature actually, not quite able to get anybody. But still ultimates working for the defenders as Kermat used the Deadeye effectively. He'll still going the way of the blue team as Unacceptable continues to wrap up. Just 60 seconds left, and we've been here before. Unacceptable can definitely hold a point. We saw that on round 4 in Bonnie. Not a lot of time to work with, but the 56.4, like we said, will be encouraging for Waste Potential. Got at least a little bit on that second B checkpoint, even if it's not, you know, the full point. Obviously, they preferred the 2 points here, but you know, with the way Unacceptable has been playing this defense, you may just have to take what you can get. Nuka back in, looking to distract the defenders. They will collapse the point quickly. It's a self-destruct coming through from really needs to see if he can catch anybody quickly. Does find Lucy Willis, and Flop Pop drops as well. Better Nature out of mech, and now things looking good for Waste Potential. Getting onto the point quickly, just looking for their targets. A Death Blossom. This time from Bug Eye, not effective at all. They do close it down, and after 2 successful ultimates coming through from that Reaper, this one completely shut down. Better Nature completely isolated, waiting for the support from the team. Lucy Willis tries to come back, but can't catch Better Nature in mech. Pulse Bomb right into the shield, but still catches Better Nature regardless. Waste Potential getting the kills they need, but finally in overtime though, which means they won't have an opportunity to attack A should there be time left on the clock when it's Unacceptable cap. So, kind of double-edged sword there. Nice that Waste Potential was able to get the second point on Hanamura, but doing so in overtime could cost them. But again, ultimately, they did cap that second point. It is a hill to climb for Unacceptable, and we've seen how Wasted Potential can play really well, namely on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Obviously, their dominant defense is what won them that game, and an opportunity to replicate that here and pull back the win after losing on the opening map. Picks coming in here from the attackers. It does look a little bit brawlier from them. It's Better Nature onto the Divas. Kermat's going Brigida. Bug-Eye on Zarya. Flap up on the Reinhardt. Lucy Willis now goes over to Moira. I believe for the first time this game. And Blaze on the Lucio. We're going to get in quickly. Brawl it out. Gets a point. For the defenders, it's Nuka on a Torbjorn. And set up there. Ball and chain combo. Static and really neat. Go Hog Orisa supporting hero on the Mei. Brigida on this side as well as Rook takes over the role and Magic's there on Moira.
5, 4, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Coming in quickly, Unacceptable looking directly to get in the face of Wasted Potential. We'll see how they handle it. Nuka with the turret able to take down Flap Up, and that'll be huge for them, but a few tanks a little bit low here for the defenders. Really need able to take down Better Nature, and that'll be encouraging for the team in red. I don't know if that's a strong enough attack for Unacceptable as the kills start going the way of Wasted Potential. Karamat able to answer one back though for the attack, but will it be enough? A nice wall off there, and isolation from Wasted Potential and supporting hero on this Mei will be costly as they continue to get the kills. Solid strategy from them so far. Already an ultimate for Nuka. Really need 10% away. Madrux already has a Coalescence, so looking really good here. Our Wasted Potential. Kermat does have one. Brigida on the other side with a rally to try and help continue engaging, but Wasted Potential weathered that initial storm, and I think looking pretty good so far. Here comes the rally and the engagement from Unacceptable. It's another wall off and isolation here from supporting hero on the Mei, very close to a Blizzard. A supercharger down from Really Neat, just helping keep everybody strong. And now that's the Molten Core coming through. Still kills going the way of the attackers. We'll see if it pans out, but Nuka's finally able to answer 2 back with that ultimate out. Yeah, a late Graviton coming up from the attackers. Not a huge fan of that one. I think the fight was already lost. It's Wasted Potential. It's just cleaning up quickly. Now they won't have that Graviton Surge unless Bug-Eye decides to switch over to another hero. I think that was the point. Kermat over to a Junkrat now as Flap Ups onto a Winston. Slightly changing the shape. Now it's a triple tank, a little bit of damage. Flap Up over the top, looking to flank, and gets completely caught out. That is a difficult spot for Flap Up, and not really doing the team any favors there. Better Nature able to level it up a little bit, though. Really Neat now down. We'll see if they try to push. Hook doesn't come off there from Static, as Unacceptable tries to push into point. Blaze the first one there, looking to pull the rest of his team. Kermat's going to join him, but here's the whole hog from Sync Static just to find that Lucio climbing the wall. May get booped, doesn't quite, is able to find Blaze. Things still looking good for Sync Static, and now it's a bit of a staggered fight coming through from Unacceptable. Yeah, Wasted Potential looking very solid. Another Molten Core from Nuka. It's trapped, but ineffectively. Kermat switching off the Junkrat now, trying another thing, maybe another option, going to Genji this time. We saw some success there on Nimbani. Maybe that's going to be the ticket for them, but hasn't quite panned out just yet. Or rather, we'll have to see if it pans out. He only just switched. But against the Torbjorn, that could be a little difficult. Coming directly into point again, focusing that turret quickly, recognizing that as a priority, and does take it out immediately. It's another Molten Core up, but no turret to support it from Nuka. Kills going the way of Unacceptable, though, as Flap Up's able to get into the mix there. Oh, yeah, but again, Wasted Potential absorbing a little bit of the damage and just cleaning up afterwards. Definitely helped by the supercharger from Really Neat, but this team in red just, ooh. Waste Potential is kind of running away with it here. Now just 30 seconds, and I've got to say, Unacceptable on Hanamura have not looked threatening. That's it. Going to be the last fight for them. Lucy Will is caught in a very difficult spot. Supporting hero looking to take advantage. Blaze drops immediately, so that's going to be tough here for the attackers. Buckeye's able to get the turret down, though. That'll be important for them. But now it's the attackers with both supports down, plus Karamat. Yeah, it's like it's a kind of a foregone conclusion here. Sync Static with a nice kill onto Diva, and I think the overtime meter starts to trickle down. That will do it. Wasted Potential with the win in week 4.
Play of the game.
And really solid there from Static towards the end of that round, and just looking really good here. Our Waste Potential, and definitely proving why they're at the top of the table now, improving to 3-0-1, yet undefeated. And Unacceptable drops to 2-2. With some post-game thoughts and look ahead to week 5 for these teams. We come back. You're watching the Overwatch Xbox community. If you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our channel or donate at oxcgaming.com. All funds collected goes to prizes for season and tournament winners. To our current subscribers, we appreciate your continued support. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back with more OXC action after this short break. And welcome back. What a game from these two sides. Wasted Potential with the come-from-behind victory after losing on Nimbani. Unacceptable came out very strongly, but then just couldn't close the door. Wasted Potential allowed to sneak back in and got away with one here. So 3-0-1, undefeated on the season, and at the top of the Carbon tier. Definitely well earned from Wasted Potential. I think they played very well. Unacceptable, just not quite there. And again, they started out very strongly and definitely rallied on round 3 of Nubani rather, but couldn't quite make it happen there on Watchpoint Gibraltar with a very convincing loss, if we were being honest. And Wasted Potential came back and just showed why they were at the top of the tier. So strong performance from them. I think they looked really good. I think I like the tank line from Wasted Potential a lot. I think that was really strong from them, and then Nuka able to cause a lot of problems back, especially on Nimbani, that I think kind of it started things off for them. They didn't get that win, but then just being distracting on Hanamura again and splitting Unacceptable's defense a little bit, just doing a really good job on TPS there. So shout out to the supports as well from Wasted Potential. I think they also kind of just helped them push them over the line. And Unacceptable will probably have to kind of just review this and look for opportunities to come back out on top in week 5. Speaking of which, see if we can pull up those schedules for you. We do have a lot of games coming up throughout the weekend, so we can look those up. Again, if you're in our stream or the Discord, you can look at the stream schedule channel and see all those games coming up. Like D9 versus Attrition only just started. That'll be 4 p.m. Eastern, so just a little bit ago. That's on O Corbeck, my Corbeck. You can get that link again through the Discord. Tonight, Munchie Juniors and Buffalo Wings also from this tier, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's coming up here in just under 3 hours. Boosting Company and Team Ooh from the rival tier, 9 p.m. Eastern. And Sunday, a few games for you as well. So make sure you're checking out the stream schedule, and you can get in or know when those games are happening. Check out the games you want to see. Let's see. For the Carpenter week 5, looks like it's Unacceptable facing insert team name here, coming off a loss, but one of those teams 2-1 towards the top. It's forfeit loss for them. They were doing really solid, so we'll see. I think they actually only won one game. Might have been 2 forfeit, or a forfeit win and a forfeit loss for insert team name here, so it could be a little rusty. We'll see how they come in. Unacceptable facing off against them week 5. Munchies Jr.'s taking on Wasted Potential, so I'm sure they were watching this game looking for ways to break down this undefeated team. See if who comes out on top in that game. But I think that'll just about do it for us, guys. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. And yeah, if you have a Twitch Prime membership, or if an Amazon Prime membership, you get a free subscription. So make sure you throw it towards the channel. You can support all the volunteers doing work behind the scenes, plus all of that. The funds, like I said in the ad, goes to fun prizes and things like that for tournament winners and season winners. So I appreciate all the support from you guys, and it's been a lot of fun. But that will do it for me. Go check out Corbeck's stream. I think it may be hosted here directly after this one's over, so you may just be able to stick around. If not, Corbeck, my Corbeck is what you're looking for. It's got that game for you. But for all of us here at Overwatch Xbox Community, for the Carbons here, I'm Salt and Pepper, and we'll see you guys next time. And doesn't want to hold on to it too long. Got a lot of ultimates they can use, but now Lucy Wills falls for them. That's going to be difficult. They need to answer one back and do just that. Yuka able to just drops completely to the blade, and that's the kind of value we're looking for from these current self-destruct coming through. And that's just going to be all charge here for Sync Static and nothing else. No one else gets caught in the blast. There's nothing Death Blossom from Bug-Eye, and even with really needs Sync Static just to find that Lucio climbing the wall. May get booped, doesn't quite, is able to find Blaze. Things still looking good for Sync Static, and now it's a bit of a staggered fight coming through from Unacceptable.